Hello and welcome back to the most festive background on the internet. I've added an elf.
We have an elf riding a rubber duck. It's not just any elf.
It's a Santa rubber duck as well.
You can't get more festive than that.
We're back with another video and today we are doing one that I've never seen before.
Oh!
You can see it from the title. But it's games to play at Christmas time. Family board games.
We've even thrown in a TV-based game.
Games you can play on your phone, but everybody plays together. Do you want to start?
Yeah, where do we start? Controversial one. Helen hates it. I think it's funny. You may have played it. I've seen it back in the shops again this year. They've even got a kids edition, which I was going to get for our niece.
Kids versus parents. They've got the amount of knockoffs of this. I think this might be a knockoff.
No, don't say that.
Might be. Oh no, it's
Hasbro. We've got the Hasbro logo. We're legit.
It's a bit dusty.
Helen, you're not meant to do that.
There's lots of lots of variations of this one. I'm not putting it in my mouth.
You'll have seen the general idea, but
do you want to do
you get the mouthpieces.
The presentation.
Do you want me to?
I'm not doing it. What's in your gums?
I don't even think my mouth's big enough for it.
That's the point. Does it go that way? They get it in. And then you have to read off these little things.
So, we've got a nice picture here. So, Harry after Harry.
I can't read it.
And yeah.
It's difficult.
So that unless Harry after Harry.
But
as you can tell, it's not easy
can you go
to
clean
say
that now, please?
merry as a berry.
Funny with like kids as well, like kids enjoy this. It's pretty like PG. As we're adults, the more people drink at Christmas, the funnier it gets. Even someone saying merry as a berry gets hilarious, doesn't it? Just gets funnier.
It's definitely one for alcohol festivities.
Or to play with kids.
Yeah, I'm back again. Now washed. Like I said though, they brought out a children's edition, so they've actually put children's mouth guards in, mouthpieces.
Oh, I didn't think that might be a bit big for kids.
That's why they've brought out one. So they've got adult mouthpieces and kids mouthpieces.
I like that. Second one we got a lot of use out of last year. Lots of people will have heard of this company have another one. They have one called a Barn Llama. They've
actually got quite a few because I was looking on the website the other day for you.
They have a Barn Llama, but there's another one that's quite big and literally the name has gone out of my head. But this one's called Scroll and it's basically, I'll open it. This one actually has a parental advisory explicit on it, so
it does.
Just an FYI.
It's from a company called Big Potato Games or Big Potato Gaming.
Yeah, they're like them all gone everywhere. You basically have these cards and they're double-sided, so there's like 4 different things, and everybody gets one of these.
Like a drawing board, isn't it?
As you can see, they've been drawn on. You get erasers and you all get pens. You take it in turns, so say...
I'll give you an example of some of the cards. So we've got, one thing that you'd have to draw would be toenail fungus.
So say the first person sees this, they have to draw toenail fungus. Then it's upside down. Then they pass their board to the person next to them.
Yeah. And it goes around, like, depending on how many players, we usually end up having to go around
like,
4 or 5 times.
If I was to pass it to Chris, Chris has a board and he sees this, he sees my toenail fungus. And he has to write on his what he thinks it is. So say he wrote mushrooms, I don't know, fungus. Then he passes it to the next person, but not this one. So
I've passed them what I wrote.
So it goes, draw, right, draw, right, draw, right. It's a bit like Chinese whispers, but
until
in
it gets
drawing
back
form.
to the original person with the card.
And then you read them all out
and then you flip them upside down, and some of the things that you end up with, someone's drew something like,
I'll just warn you, there's some awkward ones, it's really funny, but maybe not for kids.
Just reading these cards just makes you cringe, doesn't it?
Maybe not for kids, because some of them are a bit adult, let's say. Like the never-ending pair of like... It's
very random, yeah.
You've mixed them all up.
Sorry. But yeah, we have had a lot of fun with this, and like...
It's not just a Christmas game, but
yeah, we throw it out. If there's any alcohol involved, it usually tends to come out.
And we played it. Not just alcohol, it doesn't have to be alcohol.
It doesn't have to be, yeah.
If you play it, it's not complex. We've just made it sound very complex, but it's not.
Big Potato Gaming, do some cracking stuff.
We've been looking at some of their other games this year, haven't we? So we might We might be getting some more.
We might invest. We'll go next with a combo. This is probably one of the most classic board games.
You probably know what it is.
You probably know what it is. You probably, after I've said that, you're like, yeah, I know what's coming now, Chris. But everyone has it in the family. Yeah, we've even got our own editions. So I have the Empire edition.
I have the old school Disney one. I don't even know how old this is.
It literally suits us both. You get Monopoly Disney, I get Monopoly
This is
Empire.
2001. I've had this 17 years.
Really?
I'd be shocked if nobody's played this. I'd be shocked if you don't have one in the family of some kind.
There's that
I
many
brought this with
different...
me. I got this for Christmas one year.
There's so many different editions of Monopoly. Like you can get them for football teams, for Harry Potter, like there's movies.
Fortnite one this year.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
God, that's going to be a popular one.
There is a newer version of this Disney one.
Oh, is there? Is there
Yeah,
another one?
but I'm glad I got the old one. I'll show them my board. I'm
Mine?
sure everybody's seen a Monopoly board, but...
So, I'll show them mine as well, because mine's
Alright, okay, you're
pretty
jealous.
new.
Mine's like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's shiny. And it's got Disney characters, and then all the things are like, all the different houses are all the different films.
Oh, they're all films?
Yeah. Your train stations, there's like Aladdin's Flying Carpet, Cruella de Vil's Car. What's the like, Pixie Dust, and where's the other one? It's around here somewhere, isn't it?
Magic Wand.
No, oh yeah, it's like the waterworks and stuff. It comes out pretty much every Christmas, and I love it very much.
And everyone has their own different rules for Monopoly always, don't they?
Even me and Christy, our families argue.
Yeah, it's like, do you get double if you land on go? Like, what happens if you're in jail? Does the money go into free parking? Like, there's so many mad rules. Like,
the money goes into free parking if there's a chance and you have to pay money. It goes into free parking, does it not?
I mean, personally for me, but
and then you get it if you land on free parking.
Yeah, but you know what? It's like people have different rules.
What's this one? Empire.
This one, you've got brands, so
yeah.
You start off down here with
your free parking says free parking or take a trip.
You start off with like Nerf and Transformers, Spotify, and then as you work your way around the board,
what's Park Lane?
Coca-Cola and Samsung.
What are these holes for?
And to put your empires on top of when you build empires. You've actually got empire pieces.
No! Don't fall, no!
What?
It falls inside itself. Oh, you nearly snapped your board game in half.
Oh no, I don't say that. Monopoly is always one that comes out every year. Ooh. The tokens, like what have we got here? Coca-Cola, an Xbox controller, McDonald's chips, like.
See what mine are?
And the little Disney characters.
Yeah. They're like,
little Dumbo.
If anyone's been to Disney, I think every Disney park will have them.
Oh, they're like the little statues.
The little statues that there is dotted around.
Is it Art of Animation?
I mean, Disneyland Paris it's outside of Art of Animation, but there's lots of different ones. I remember being little, because I was like the youngest of 5.
Yeah.
Christmas, when everyone was there, obviously everyone like plays by the rules until they start to get a bit drunk.
Ah, so you
over here. Did you have the rule that if say you didn't ask for your rent, the next person rolled, you couldn't ask for it?
Yeah, and then once the roll's gone, that's too late.
So they start talking, I roll the dice.
You quickly get in there.
Haha, you can't ask me for your rent. Guess who won every time?
The sober one.
Me over at house about 5. I should hope I was sober. Next one is categories. I'll get it out for you. It's much easier, I've noticed. You get an egg timer.
God.
Is that an egg timer? Yeah. But you get a dice and you get all these categories of categories.
See if you can describe it in the time that's remaining.
And everybody gets a piece of paper and it has like 3 columns on it, so you can have 3 rounds or whatever. And basically you roll a letter on the dice and say you got like an M. So you have the letter M and you have a list and there's like lots and lots of, they're both double-sided as well. So, and say things like, you have the egg timer time and everybody has to quickly scroll down the things off here. So beginning with M, a boy's name.
Michael.
City.
Manchester.
Things that are called. Whoever's got the best one at the end, you get to judge. Like you all get to judge together.
Good, I thought I was on a roll until I got to that third one and I was like...
Things you don't want in the house.
Beginning with an M. Monsters.
Mice?
Mice.
I mean monsters, yeah. Insects.
Mice.
They're not
Midges.
Oh, that's a good one. Things in a coffee jar.
In a coffee jar?
Things in a coffee jar? Or coffee bar.
Ah. Macarons.
That's a good one. Things found in the ocean.
Marsupials.
That's a good one. But yeah, you get lots of things
I forgot how complex it is and like how stressful it is.
I personally think right, let me just put these down because I'm going to drop them. I don't really want to drop them. If you ran out of this paper,
you could totally make your own.
You could literally just put 1 to 12
and just go for it.
Yeah, we really like this one. It's funny. Once again, as soon as alcohol's involved. And also you get so competitive and your mind goes blank when the time's ticking down. And
that's the thing, I'm holding this, so I'm conscious that this is ticking, but then my mind was just like going so blank. Like what's things that are called beginning with an M? It's annoying me now.
I was gonna say mooses.
I can imagine they've got a good internal body temperature and it's pretty warm.
Molecules.
I'm not giving you molecules.
You're not giving me anything, you were the one playing.
Let us know if you can think of something with an M. You've got the advantage probably of Google right now, but when you're on the spot, it's hard.
12 seconds later.
Milk.
Things that are cold, I mean, I'd give you, yeah.
Milk?
And this is probably why she's probably better at categories than me.
Are you leaving that out for a reason? You're going to use that in your everyday life?
Another Hasbro gaming. Hasbro have done well for themselves.
Clearly a brand loyal, aren't we?
Yeah. This one is one called Forbidden Words.
It's not Hasbro, it's WH Smith.
So yeah, we picked this up in Smith, but I do think there is a Hasbro edition.
I think this is the knockoff one.
Yeah, we went down Smith's, the cheaper route. You ended up playing this, I think, with your sister and a friend or something at one point. It's a hard box to get into. And I remember it being super funny.
You can see, yeah, that we've still got our things in here.
Still got scoring.
Chris, we won.
Did we? We always win. We're the best.
Once again, another egg timer. So basically, you get a card, and there's like a top word. I don't know how well you can see this. You have like this top one here, and you have to explain this to like helicopter, but without using any of these words. And
right, I remember now.
It's not as easy as you think. Once the timer goes, you start panicking.
So I've got one that's got pineapple written as the top word.
So how do you explain
And you're not allowed to use fruit, juice, chunks, tropical or yellow. Now that becomes pretty damn impossible. You
have to start saying things like spiky.
So I was about to say.
Doing impressions.
Spiky.
Yeah, it gets funny.
You left the card down. Forbidden words. Are you just going to use these in your everyday life?
No, I do, yeah. Now we have some honorary mentions of games that we can't physically show you right now.
Yeah, the honorary because
is good.
First one is another classic, an absolute retro, and we tend to sort of steal / borrow it off my parents. We should really invest in one.
There's nothing more like authentic though. It's Scrabble, by the way, than a Scrabble board. Yeah. Like the box where the corners are ripped and stuff. It's so like.
And then you've got your little grey, like your little things to put your letters on.
I was an upwards gal, so very much the same thing.
That was like a 20th. Was that like a 20th century like take on Scrabble, like for cool kids?
Don't know.
I mean, upwards is where you build it up as such, isn't it?
So like basically, say someone had like not, you could put an E on the O and change it to net. So where Scrabble you had to like go.
Oh, so Scrabble's 2D, that's like 3D.
But Scrabble
is like, it's a competitive one, and it's always
Chris's
like.
family gets so competitive over it.
Yeah.
Chris's mum gets the dictionary out, doesn't she?
Oh, if a word goes down and there's debate about it, then you've got to check it against the Oxford Dictionary, haven't you? Like.
Our last one is like up there with one of the best things we ever purchased. We hosted Christmas last year at our house.
Yeah.
And you get to after food and it's a bit like everyone's opened presents, like what do you do?
Yeah, you've had your food and like you just sort of sat
everyone's
around
like in that turkey slump.
Yeah. Oh, that turkey slump is real.
And everyone's like, so you're a bit like, what do you do? Do you just talk? Like obviously you get like board games out. But we got a game called Fibbage. Now it's off, I think it's called Jackbox. What's it called? Jackbox TV?
Yeah, Jackbox Party games,
something like that.
I stumbled across it on Steam originally. I think you can get it on like PlayStation, Xbox as well. Like they really went quite mainstream, but we got it years ago on Steam, a long time ago.
But we pulled it out last year at Christmas, and it's basically there's a couple of different variations of like it's not just Fibbage you get on the game. That's the one we like to play.
That's the one that we have the most fun on by far.
We like draw
something or draw something.
Yeah.
We got like basically it was like class as a party pack that we got.
So basically everyone logs in with a game code on their phone, and then it's on the TV. So Fibbage is basically everyone has to pick the right answer. And does everybody have to put a lie in first?
Yeah, so everyone enters like, it gives you a question, so like...
They're so random.
What was this state in New York City most famous for? Or like,
it's not as simple as that, believe me.
But then you put something in, so you're like, people drive taxis naked, or like, you put lies that seem sort of semi-believable.
Yeah.
You have to border on the fibbing.
Yeah.
And the idea is you get more points if like
people pick
if
yours.
I put a false thing in and Helen picks it, I get like more points because.
But then you get points if you get the right answer as well. So you get points if people pick your wrong answer, but also if you pick the right answer.
Yeah.
There's no way to explain it.
It's a hard one to explain to make it sound really good.
It's so good, and you get so competitive, and it's actually like you actually learn quite a lot because it's the most random stuff. And then the drawing one is basically like you get the most random thing. Like you could get like a dolphin in a bikini riding a surfboard.
Yeah.
And you have to try and draw that.
A penguin climbing a tree, and like
then
it's so random.
Everyone has to guess what you've tried to draw out of all the options, but everyone else gets to put the options in too.
So it creates like a minefield of possible answers.
Yes.
None of the drawings are straightforward.
No.
That's one like when you've had a couple of sherries.
Beverages.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Yeah, just make sure you have plenty of phone chargers to hand.
That's one thing that we found is everyone started going, my phone's on 20%, I need to charge it, I don't want to leave the game.
Yeah, I hope we've included something for everyone, and maybe something that you've never heard of.
If you've got any recommendations, like what's the one board game that you think, oh my god, our family play this every year, but not many people.
Not mentioned it. Yeah.
In the comments below,
please let us know.
If there's a board game that's out there, random, unique, that we need to play, let us know.
I've heard a lot of things about bananagrams, I think it's called.
Is that the big potato one?
No, it's in a banana shape. Hope you've enjoyed this Vlogmas video, and I hope it's been of some use to you, and we will see you tomorrow with another video. Bye!
Bye!